All right, Piper Village, let's talk about lighting options. So, guys, this would be an example of decorative lighting. Decorative light pole from Duke Energy that has that nice lantern look with the diffuser type of glass where you don't see the bulb, but it just has a nice way of diffusing the light and when it disperses out at nighttime. So these actually cost a pretty penny, okay? And we're going to talk about those. Now, if we were to have those in our community, they're not going to cover as much light as far as how much the light disperses at night. So we'll show you what that looks like later this evening so you can see what that looks like when they're on. We're also going to show you the upgraded lighting poles, okay, that Duke Energy would have to offer. So let's segue into that. Here we go, guys. All right, you guys, so I'm here in another community that will show you and display for you the 30-foot light poles that Duke Energy will provide to our community. These are the upgraded kind, so of course they're not wooden poles clearly, but they're black, they look good, and they disperse a good amount of light. The light cascades down throughout your community. And so with these light poles, because they're so much taller, they're able to cover a wider span as far as coverage. So from one light to the next light, there won't be too many dark spaces as you travel through your community, or if you decide to walk your community at night, you'll be able to see that it's very even and there's not too much light. It's enough light it's a nice warm light, but it's not going to be overly bright either. So we'll show you what this looks like with this community here at nighttime. We'll come back at night and show you how that looks and see what everyone thinks. But this would be the most economical but yet decorative way to dress up our community and make sure that our homes have something outside that reflects a higher end product. All right, guys, let's segue into what these wooden telephone poles look like. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, so now we are here at another community here in Trinity that has the telephone poles. And just for a nice close-up look of it, okay, as you guys can see, this is what it looks like. You know, it's not the most attractive thing, or it doesn't have nice aesthetics to it, all right? So, guys, these are effective. They look great at night, but during the day, and as far as cover appeal is concerned, well, it just lacks it. So this is what it looks like. We'll show you guys what these different views look like at night. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, so now we're here in Piper Village, okay? And I'm just gonna do a quick pan around the community, just kind of showing you guys, you know, a nighttime view of the community. And as you can see, it'd be great if we had street lights, right? Obviously, they are coming, but the great news for us is that we all have coach lights on our homes, on the garage, okay? And the coach lights at my previous subdivision, our HOA, they just asked everyone to kindly, hey, if you will, to create the illumination that we need until the street lights come, please turn on your garage lights, you know, your coach lights, to help light the pathway and keep your community more well lit at night until that time comes. So we do have a remedy right now that we can exercise as a community, which is great. So I wanted to make sure we saw this view. And guys, let's go ahead and get into the other views of the community. Here we go, or other streetlight views. All right, you guys, so now we are back at nighttime at the previous location. And you can see how these wooden poles look at nighttime. They don't look as bad at night, right? They look really, they're not as aesthetically pleasing during the daytime. But as you can see, they're very effective with the street lighting pattern that Duke Energy puts out. They disperse the light, they cascade it down to the point where it's a very nice soft light, but it's not overlighting the community. And I hope the camera picks it up good. But again, I'm just showing this as a point of reference for how the lights would look from the basic level. If you got the basic level lighting for the community, this is how it's going to look. And this is what you have to look forward to at nighttime. So definitely have illumination, but in the morning, in the daytime, it's just not going to look as aesthetically pleasing. All right, let's get ready for the next light video. All right, guys, so now we're back at this community that we were in earlier. And as you can see, these are the upgraded lighting, right? Upgraded lighting, right? And these are not considered decorative, but they look better than the wooden poles. These are just the upgraded lights, 30-foot poles. And what you see here is a nice, even lighting pattern that is displaced throughout the community. So if you have a setup like this, if you're, going through the community at nighttime, if you're walking your dog, if you guys are just getting a walk in, or even if you're not walking, if you're just looking, you'll be able to expect something similar to this in our community. All right, so this is what the upgraded lighting gives you. The decorative lighting will be shorter, okay, and so it's going to, they cost more, but with that decorative lighting, it will take more lights to actually illuminate the community because it's at a lower height, but at the very same time, it is more decorative, so it looks good. People do like it. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, so there you go. Here we go. Let's move on to the next video. All right, guys, so right now I'm in another subdivision that has the decorative lighting, and I'm going to just kind of zoom in to show you guys that. So as you guys can see here, these lights are on, and these are the decorative lights from Duke Energy, right? And they have a bunch of different decorative lighting styles, but decorative lights are not going to be as tall as the 30-foot poles. Obviously the 30-foot poles are going to be higher, and so, but the decorative lights, one of the main key differences, because they are shorter, it requires more of them to actually light the community, because the light pattern is dispersed differently and it's closer to the ground, versus when you have something that's higher and it's cascading down like we saw before, it requires less. So if the community were to decide on decorative lights like this, for example, then it would actually cost more, and that's something that I don't think people want to pay for, actually. In regards to the upgraded lighting, those fees are more feasible, because the community was designed for a lighting pattern with 30-foot poles. So having that upgraded lighting with the black poles will look very good, but yet still be efficient without us having to spend more monies in order to get more lights in different locations, because we went with a shorter pole because it's decorative. Okay, so guys, I hope this helps people understand the lighting options, and I hope you guys have a great day. Let's get into the next video.